now broadcasting all the new shit that I've done. Yeah, they've been adding shit here and there as far as like the bug fixes and shit. And tire reaction to ground. I don't I don't know if that's specifically in the update, but it looks like that's something that they fixed and added. It's like you see smoke on the ground now from the tires. Like that's kicking up. And, yeah, and I didn't notice that before until now. So.
Wow, I'm watching you build, like I said, you're like left in the video right now, you're like left of your farm, and you're like making like, you know, like a hill or something like that, like making like you're raising up the ground.
Uh,
That's what.
Probably yeah, probably a mountain. Like I got
Yeah,
I cut out land and fucking made it into like a mountain.
yeah. That's what. Yeah. So you're like right now, you just turned back to like you're like close to like where you put that road. So you kind of like what you're doing, you're like kind of edging to get that right, whatever you want your level to be. You're just not changing the ground. It looks really. You couldn't do that the other way.
They definitely did an awesome job. I like the new the new update. Fix all the, well, not all the bugs, but they fixed a decent amount of the bugs. Man, the landscape and shit is sick.
Oh no doubt. Even though this is like a small scale that I'm watching it from, the video, but it's still doing it justice because
What are you watching on your phone?
yeah.
Oh.
There is so much right here that it didn't have in the other one. I mean, this one really. Sure, the graphics that you said is not like a Red Dead or anything, but this really, for what it is, it's pretty straight up.
I just realized I fucking went and got a sewing machine. I didn't even put anything in. Alright, what's going on there? All they added for mods today was hook lift. They added a bunch of hook lift trailers. Hook lift? You don't know what that is? It's you ever see a dumpster? How a truck picks up a dumpster? That's what a hook lift trailer is. Yeah, it's somebody that I play Farming Simulator with. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my uncle's buddy to get it. He's supposed to be getting the game for Christmas. He already got a PlayStation. His wife went out and bought him a PlayStation. So he could play with. For what? What do you mean?
Like how he had the Platinum Edition.
Oh, they already have that.
Things with it.
They already have that.
Farming Sim 19.
Yeah,
Platinum Edition.
yeah. They already got it.
But wow, I thought they only had that one right now, the regular one out on the Platinum.
Well, they got it. It's out. You can go check the PlayStation store. It's there. It
Yeah, I don't.
It comes with the the season pass. That's what the Platinum Edition comes with.
Yeah, but that's only digital though. They don't have it as hard like the disc itself, do they? You know?
I'm sure they do.
Have to wait a little bit. Probably February or March.
I'm sure they have it for that. I'd imagine. Normally, anything that they have for digital, they usually have on disc. Especially if the game's a disc game, like it's a game that's for disc, you know. Yep. Okay. Oh, for the flip ones,
Yeah.
they're 20.
Alright. I wasn't sure if you like how that had the different charge,
Yeah, I know.
for that.
Still 20.
Have you ordered from those, or did I? I'm gonna ask them. So, someone I know was interested. They didn't know how much the battery was. I said 25, 30. I thought it was
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can make some money on that if you want. So. Why haven't you seen him in 10 years? Yep. Sure, I'll go for it.
I'm sorry I called you that day. I was really out of it. I didn't feel well, Jeremy. Sorry, I called you that day.
Huh?
The last time I talked to you, I'm sorry, I was really out of it.
What do you
I
mean?
didn't feel well. So. The last time I talked to you on the phone, last week. You're talking, I was telling you about the podcast thing.
Oh.
I wasn't even myself, Jeremy. I was straight up.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be a dick, Dave. See, you don't look at things the way normal, like not normal people, like you don't look at things like normal like people do. Like not saying like normal people, like you don't look at things normal as in most people do. Like uh the reason, like I wasn't mad about it. This is the whole reason why I said I didn't want to waste my time, is because think about how much time we spent in my basement that day just setting it up.
No, I know. I do know that. And you didn't like snap your finger and it was all said and done.
And I paid for the domain for you to fucking, you know.
You paid.
No, I'm just saying I did that so that way you could get all this stuff done, so I didn't leave it up to you to get it done. So that way it was already done for you, the hardest part was done. All you had to do was come up with content. And
Well,
it shouldn't have taken.
I
it shouldn't take you that long to do that. So, you know, like I said, you know, we sat down there and we tried to go through all that, and the way I looked at it was, is, you know, I gave you fucking, you know, 4 hours of my time that day just to get you in the process of doing it, and then I went and spent another 2 hours to make your fucking intro, and, and you didn't have anything to do for it. So it's like, you know, and it's fine, like, you know what I mean, like, I'm just, like I said, I wasn't gonna have you come down to practice something that you're not even gonna use, because if you didn't have content for it Friday, then that means everything that you were gonna use even at that point is irrelevant, because it's too far away from the day that you're talking about. Like, if you're gonna talk about something that happened on Monday, you kind of want to do it in the week that it happened. You get what I'm saying? Not a month ago, because it's not current. The event isn't current. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if you're going back on like an old wrestling match or something like that. You're going to talk about some old wrestling match. That's different. Talk about team champions and it happened 2 weeks ago. It's kind of stupid. Well, I'm just saying, you want, if you're going to do a current events podcast, you kind of want it to be, you know, close as possible to current. You know, it doesn't have to be like, you know, yesterday. You know what I mean? But like, if you're going to talk about the new tag team champions and the match was on Monday, you know, it'd be kind of good to talk about it on, like, you know, the latest Thursday or Friday. But to get but I'm saying to get the actual podcast out. So basically, if you would have come to my house that night and only recorded 10 minutes, and then went home and tried to get more material, write more material, and then come back and record another 10, 15, 20 minutes, or even whatever you came up with to make the whole half hour, you know, now I gotta edit it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to add in a whole nother day. It's not going to take a day, but you have to add a whole day. So if you do it on Friday, it's not going to be up until Saturday. So you weren't even going to complete it on Friday. Well, you got to put an equal effort into it. You know what I mean? Like, no, you didn't really put really equal effort into it. That the whole reason me going in the basement to do that with you was to try to get you motivated. To get you motivated with the whole process of it, and you didn't. Like you said, you wanted to come back Friday to do it. You know what I mean? Like, so that was the plan. Like, if you're going to do a podcast, you kind of need to be strict and structured with how you do it. So if you're going to do it twice a month, you kind of want it to be around the same time each month. Because if you get in the early habit of that, when you actually have people that are listening, they're going to expect it around those times. but you will actually like the intro when you hear it.
Sure, you gotta put things in context in order, structure and shit like that. But I think sometimes what helps sometimes is you like bounce off, talk to somebody, because this way I'm not gonna rant for you. I you listen to their shit, so you're quiet, so it's always constant. You know what I mean? I think that's might be when you work off of somebody. Now, even though you have the thing written out, you can go by, okay, they're saying this. All right, so the conversation can be a little bit longer. Especially, I'm just saying that as an example, Billy Bob. He'll watch it, I'll watch it. We can have a discussion. So this way I can okay, I got my point across. And he can throw input in. That can run with different topics. I can still probably not necessarily stay with the wrestling. So, talk to what do you think about it? What's your views? Any views you just, for example, this way he can talk about it. There's no, kind of on the fly.
Yeah, that it would work, but the whole issue with that is if you have somebody co-host it with you, how are they gonna get to my house? I'm not gonna go pick Billy Bob up every single fucking time and then bring him home. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot for me to do. Yeah, it's one thing, like if I was gonna go get him for, one shot, that's fine. But like I said, if you're doing it, twice a month, to go get him twice a month and bring him home, it's gonna be a lot of gas for me for one, and for two, a lot of time. You know what I mean? It's because I gotta bring you home and then bring him home. Yeah, most radio shows and podcasts are structured. Like he may not, he's not writing a script. He's just writing bullet points, shit that keeps him on point when he's talking. So that way he goes into the podcast with ideas of things to actually talk about. You just when anybody that does a radio show, they go into it with topics. They go into it with things that they want to talk about for that day. So whether it's something they've seen on the news that's going to, spike, what their conversation is going to be about that day, or it's just something that they thought of. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to any radio show and they're going to have guests come in, they have questions written down ahead of time, and then to add more questions, they do some off the top of their head. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like let's say, for an example, let's say you had a wrestler or some kind of musician or whatever it may be, come in as a guest. You ahead of time, you want to research that person and find good questions to ask them, 5 good questions to ask on the radio show, and you don't ask them in succession. Like, say your first question was like, where were you born? I'm not saying that's a good question, it's a terrible question, but let's say the first question was where you're born, and the second question is when you were a kid, were you always interested in music? You don't go from where were you born? Oh, I was born in Missouri. Oh, when you were a kid, were you always interested in music? No, you build off of the first question. So where were you born? Oh, I was born in Missouri. Oh yeah. How long did you live in Missouri for? You build off of that first question, like that. Maybe you didn't have how long have you living in Missouri as written down as a question, but you came up with that after he answered. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah. So kind of that goes right on the fly. They ask for build on that one, and we switch the topics.
Exactly. So it doesn't sound like it's structured. That's why you couldn't tell if Joe Rogan's show is structured, because that's how he does it. Is when a guest comes in, like Elon Musk. Joe Rogan is a smart dude, but he's not a Elon Musk smart dude. So he's gonna research Elon Musk to figure out, what questions he can ask Elon to have it be relatable to his show and the people that listen to his show.
So right after the game, you're saying to build a following, it's not going to happen overnight. But when you do get it, then you have a lot of things to work with. Then, right? Like like this person tuning in, they want to hear this.
Yep.
But you can also get feedback too. So nice, I get it. Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I didn't mean to ask that. My thing popped up. My TV said something about the PS4 and the voice chat wasn't.
Yeah.
That's,
It's because it did a new update and it reactivated that on the PlayStation.
okay.
Yeah, if you say into your microphone right now, PlayStation open whatever application, it'll open it up.
Oh wow.
You've never tried that?
No, I really didn't see the need to. I'd rather feel I can do it myself.
Watch. In your microphone right now, you gotta say it like this. PlayStation. Start.
PlayStation. Start.
YouTube.
Can I operate PS4 voice now?
Oh, it's probably because you're in a party.
Okay.
That might be what it is. But if you weren't in a party, if you would have been like PlayStation, start YouTube, it would open up YouTube and start it.
Oh shit, that's sweet.
You can also do the same thing with turning it off too. You can tell it to turn off. Yep. I gotta stay up mad late tonight. We got Corey coming by to grab some bud. And it's a large amount, so I kind of have to stay awake.
holidays coming? Are they giving you off?
Tomorrow's
Or no?
tomorrow's my last day until January 2nd.
Oh, so basically, in a way, like you got how the kids have their vacation. You go back on the second. All right.
Yep. So I'm gonna be doing all kinds of shit in my. I'm gonna go through all those boxes in my kitchen. Those those Bose boxes. I'm gonna go through all those.
Yep.
Throw out, make a dump run. Throw out the stuff that I don't want at the dump.
Do you need a hand?
Yeah, if you feel like helping.
Yeah, I don't mind. You need a hand? Bring it today. You know, loading your truck up or something. I'll do it with you. You know that. I told you I would.
Yeah, I want to get that done. Like,
When?
well,
Saturday. Next week?
no, it'll probably be like next week sometime. Cause like, I think Saturday, I'm gonna start with my living room, which isn't much to clean. I just gotta clean it, a normal cleaning, and then go to my bar room, same thing, a normal cleaning. Go to my bedroom, same thing, just a normal cleaning, and then do the kitchen where all the boxes are. That'll be, you know what I mean. So probably Monday, I'll probably do the kitchen because Sunday I'm not. Sunday's football. You know what I mean. So why? What's going on Monday?
Right. But, 'cause she's coming down Monday for to sleep over for Christmas.
Oh,
You get,
Monday's Christmas.
yeah.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know that. No, then I'm not gonna do that until later in the week. Then
Hold on then. Let me give you the complete ups. I have my thing up.
I don't know what day is what. I didn't know what day is Christmas and what's not.
Christmas is Tuesday.
Oh yeah, okay.
She's coming over. She's coming over
Yeah,
Monday night.
yeah. So I'm not doing anything Monday and Tuesday then. Yeah, so it'll probably be like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that,
All right.
or maybe Saturday if I get to it. Depend. Like my house isn't that messy. Like my living room and my bar room, my bedroom's not really messy.
No,
It just needs cleaning and dusting and vacuuming. That'll go quick. So if I get that done in a couple hours, then I'll do the kitchen right away. The kitchen's gonna take a whole entire day to go through all, because I got to go through every box to figure out what I want to keep and what I don't, and then I got to load it up in the Jeep and drive down to the dump, get rid of it.
No, yeah, no, I see you on that point. That makes total sense. Cause I mean, last time remember you did that major cleaning in the summertime? You had like, all, I mean, it was really bad. Remember you did the whole thing, you wiped it all clean. It's not even that bad. It's just the dust and the hair. That's all. That's bad about it. You know what I mean? Like you said, that's the only thing that was really bad.
Yeah.
And you know, if you need a hand on that, man, I mean, like you did, you know, let's say you need dusting or something. Hell, I mean, I'm not gonna do anything. I'll be doing anything on Saturday. So I mean, if you were down for it, man,
Well, I shouldn't need a hand dusting, but if I get if I get to the kitchen Saturday, I'll go get you, because I'd rather have a hand carrying shit, because like I gotta get rid of a 55-inch LED TV that I didn't want to get rid of, but it's been sitting behind my bar now for fucking 6 years. Time to get rid of it.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna find any parts for it. I'm not gonna fix it, so I just don't want to. I paid $4,500 for the damn TV. That's why.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's why. It's the whole reason why I never threw it away, is because I bought that TV in 2008 or 2009 when LED first came out. They had, because it was plasma and LCD at the time, and LED just came out, and Toshiba was fucking selling LEDs, and the company I worked for had one, and the customer decided they didn't want it. Like they just like canceled the order. They never went to their house. It just sat in the warehouse for another year. So I asked them if I could buy it off of them, and I paid them payments, $4,500 for it, and then. Yeah, I had it for probably about 6, 7 years, and it shit the bed. So, yeah, I was kind of upset about it, so I didn't want to throw it away. Because I felt like if I threw it away, some asshole's going to find it and replace something in it and fucking have a $4,500 TV. Well, now at this point, I've had it for fucking so long, it ain't worth nothing to any asshole. And they can fucking have it. You know what I mean? For real. For real. All the pots in it are all old. You know what I mean? It's not no fucking 4K TV. You know what I mean? That's what people want.
No,
So fuck it. I'll just throw it away and I won't feel so bad about it now. But yeah, that's one of the things I want to throw away too. Like I want to throw away a lot of shit. And then later on next week, I'm gonna do the basement. I'm gonna go into the basement and do the same thing. Go through that closet, take all the shit out of that closet that I am not ever going to use. You know what I mean? Like we just threw shit in there that day because I really didn't want to go through it. I'm gonna actually go through it. You know what I mean? And get rid of everything that I'm not going to use, so that way I can finish the basement. I want to finish the basement on my 11 days off.
why not take full advantage of it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna carpet it. I'm gonna put all the carpet down. I'm gonna try to finish the vocal booth too.
Oh shit, you don't have enough carpet that you can fucking put in the vocal booth. You have to cut it.
No, I got rid of that big ass carpet.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I got rid of that. I didn't want to keep it. I regret it, but because he opened it up and it was a beautiful carpet, and I threw away a beautiful carpet for nothing. But oh well. Yeah, it was a beautiful carpet, dude. Well, I didn't have anywhere to put it, so he just offered. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'll just cut it up." He's like, "You got a dumpster around you? We'll cut it up and throw it in a dumpster." He's like, "It's probably got stains on it anyway." I'm like, "Yeah, you think so?" I was like, "Did you see it?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I didn't see it. It came out of a nice house." He's like, "But you know, the customer didn't want it. They didn't want it for a reason." And we opened up the carpet. Dude, the fucking thing looked brand new. It was like a plush carpet, like it probably about 5 inches thick. That's how that's how thick it was without a pad. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, you didn't tell me it was a carpet like this. He's like, oh, I only do high-end homes. He's like, you want it? And I'm like, you've already cut it in fucking 3 pieces. I'm like, I didn't even get to look at it before he cut it because we put it down in the yard, and then I heard Ivan. I thought Ivan was walking out of the house, so I just walked back and looked real quick because I figured he had a knife. He was gonna cut it, so he didn't need me there. And as I walked back, it was already cut in 3 pieces, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, that carpet's so much nicer than the carpet I got in my living room. I could have just used that in my living room. And even if I didn't want to do that, I could have given this fucking thing to my aunt.
Right.
I just assumed that the carpet didn't look like the best because he's like, oh, it'll be perfect for your basement. He's like, it probably, got some pulls or it might have, a stain here and there on it. Dude, it had no pulls and no stain. It was perfect. It was a beautiful carpet. Wicked nice carpet, dude. Like, probably, it was like a 12 by 12 and it was probably a $400-500 carpet.
Shit.
Yeah. And we just threw it away like it was worth nothing. I hate doing that. I felt like shit after that. I'm like, that's so fucking wasteful. Like that was a good carpet. Like I could have used it even to screw it up to my wall in my basement for soundproofing.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I threw the whole fucking thing away. I'm like, fuck. It was too late. He cut it wicked quick. I wasn't there. I walked, dude, literally not even a minute. In less than a minute, he cut it twice. It was in 3 pieces in less than a minute.
What the wow.
So it was useless to me at that point.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to tell him the weight. I already told him I didn't want it, so he just cut it up real quick. And
Oh, all right. I got you.
I didn't see it. I didn't know what it looked like until he'd already cut it. Once he cut it, it was too late. It was like 3.5 foot pieces. You know what I mean? 3.5 feet wide by 12 feet long. So that way he could roll it up and put it in a small dumpster. Oh well. I can get more. He told me he's like, oh, if you want another one, Because when I said that I could put it on my wall in the basement, he's like, well, if you want another one, I can get you another one. I'm like, not right now. I'm like, don't get me another carpet right now. It's like I was not ready for that carpet. That's why I like was just like all like fucking tweaking. Like I wasn't mad that he got it for me. I just didn't know what the fuck to do with it. I'm like, I got nowhere to put it. I can't get my basement's 200 years old. Round stairs. You can't fucking bring that huge ass carpet down a round fucking staircase.
Nope. You shouldn't.
And he's like, I can get it down there. I'll get it down there. And I'm like, well, I got nowhere to put it down there after. I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna put it? My basement's used for storage except for my room. He's like, oh, let's just throw it in that room then. I'm like, I use that room almost every day, every other day. I'm like, so we put that in there just laying down. It's gonna be in my way. He's like, oh yeah, fuck it. We'll just cut it up then. I'm like, okay.
At least you have a way. If you need a carpet now, the dude will hook you up. So
Yeah.
that's cool. That's good. So you don't have to go out and buy fucking shitty shit, or you can have a good fucking thing down there when it's time. So
Yep.
that's cool. Has Johnny come by yet? Like get on this one? Lay anything new down, or is it because of Christmas hasn't stopped by?
No, he was supposed to last week, but he what was the reason he gave? I forgot why he said he couldn't. I don't remember why he said he couldn't.
That's cool. I mean, I know.
He was supposed to Saturday. Oh, that's right. He got out of work late, and he was too beat. He was supposed to get out of work early, and he got out of work late, so he was too beat. So he might come down this Saturday actually. So yeah, I don't know. I may not do any cleaning. I'll have to find out. Because he wants to come down to put a solo on that track. Yeah. And I want to see if maybe he'll put a bass track on it. Just a little bit of bass here and there on certain spots. And then the other spots I'll put some sub bass in. You know, I asked Tacklebox if he wanted to, but I don't like chasing people. If you want to do something, that's why I got mad at you, dude. Like, when it comes to shit like that, you know what I mean? It's one thing if I'm gonna chase you down to have you fucking help me do something. That's different. But when it comes to making music or fucking doing any kind of fucking audio production, shit like that, if you enjoy doing it, you'll do it. If you don't enjoy doing it, I'm not fucking chasing you to get you to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. Fuck it.
No, I totally understand. I totally get that. Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna chase Tacklebox too. You know what I mean? He keeps telling me every time he comes here, oh, dude, I want to fucking record something with you. So I gave him three different tracks now. And the last track was the All for Nothing, and I'm like, dude, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be really appreciated if you actually did put a bass track on it, because I don't want to do one for it. So I would like somebody that's a better bass player than me to actually play it and put something cool to it, because that's all I need. I get that done to it. I'm gonna redo all my vocals, whether I have a bass track or not. I'd like the bass track first, you know, but whatever. I'm gonna redo my vocals, and then I'm gonna upload that shit exactly as is. I'm not gonna go into a fucking professional studio. I'm gonna try to clean it up as much as I can and to just release it as it is. But I don't want to release it without a bass track on it. So, what's up? Well, it might be the battery. When? Oh. Well. Yeah, I can look at it, you know what I mean? I can look at it, but normally when shit cuts out, it's normally a pickup issue, and it's normally a battery. But, like, I know you said cheesy battery. I don't believe in that. I've watched, like, a few different things on shit like that. Even Mythbusters did a thing on that. The only differences in batteries is life, but a 9-volt battery, it's gonna last. It lasts longer than a month, dude, because a 9-volt battery is built to work in a smoke detector. Like, that's really what they make them for now. You know what I mean? Like, that's what, when they make a 9-volt battery, that's what they keep in mind when, like, for the, you know, since probably 1995 is when they really started keeping that in mind. But by extending 9-volt batteries, life was for smoke detectors. And you can put a 9-volt battery in a smoke detector and it'll last like 2-3 years. And that thing blinks like every 10-15 seconds. It blinks a little light. Your pickup doesn't work every 10-15 seconds, you know what I mean? So the battery should last longer than a month. So I don't know, maybe, but it could be a piece of shit battery, I guess. You could have just gotten, yeah, you could have just gotten a shit battery. Like, the battery itself could have just been shit, because that has happened to me too. My aunt gets, you know, the cheapo batteries. Like I said, they don't last as long as the name brand battery, but it's not like it's like, you know, that battery only lasts a month and a name battery lasts a year. It's not that much of a difference. It's probably like hours of a difference. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not that much of a difference. Like, I watched the whole thing on Mythbusters about it, and it's not a huge difference when it comes to shit, like, because the FCC regulates batteries. You get what I'm saying? Like, when you flip it, if you read the battery, it says it now, and you flip it has to go by certain laws, because it's got acid in it. You know what I mean? So it has to follow certain guidelines. So how much of a difference can there really be if you got guidelines to follow, dude? Sucks. They put hook lift in this, all right? But there's no hook lift rig. You have to use with a hook lift attached. There's no hook lift truck there. This is a mod. Yeah. But there's no truck. It's just a trailer that you pull that has hook lift on it. I really like how this farm came out. It's pretty sweet, man. Yeah, well, this is the one that I think this is the one in the video that you were watching. I don't know. Yeah, it was definitely the one from the other day. Yep.
I thought you'd lose that golf cart.
No. No. Alright, I need a mower. So you've seen where I put in like the cow pen and all that when you were watching the video? Yeah, so you were definitely watching the most recent video then, because I didn't do that in the other one, so, in my other video that I made before that one. Because I made more than one video that day, that was why. So that was why I was trying to figure out if you watched, which one you watched. If you see me putting fucking...
Update 1403. That's the one I saw. That was 2 days ago. That's when I was just checking.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like the 1.04 now.
Oh,
That's the one that I'm doing right now. They just, all it was, I guess, is probably just like bug fixes for this one. But I'm still on that same farm. I'm just buying all my equipment that I need for that farm. Which is quite a bit of shit. When you buy it all at once, it's quite a bit of shit. Like, I normally don't buy it all at once. I start and then buy as I need. But I figured, fuck it. I'll just get everything right now that I know I'm gonna need. Oh yeah, this is a mower. Yes. Yeah, I got what do you call it? I had to cut down some trees to do this because there was trees in this area, so I had to cut down. So you'll see on your screen is a forestry tractor trailer truck with trees on it. Watch. Well, I didn't need it, but I needed it to do this. You'll see. I'm driving to it right now. You'll see the area that I have to. Oh, I just realized I can't go through there. I have something in the way. All this right here had trees in it. Yeah, right where I'm driving, right where I'm parked, there was trees there. So I had to cut these trees down, flatten it out, and push it back. So that's why all this is high like this, because I pushed all this back. What? Oh yeah, no, it's not in that yet. Well, the only thing I can do right now, well, I can bring it to a place, but as far as local, like on my actual farm, is that thing that I pulled up on the side of, that green thing. I have to put the actual logs into there, and it'll chop them up, and it'll give me money. Or I can just bring that thing to, I guess, the sawmill, which is probably what I was going to do. I just left it there because I figured if that kid that plays sometimes when I play, I figured if he was going to be on, I was just going to have him loaded into that machine. But if he wasn't going to be on, then I was just going to drive it there. This is the wrong building. That's the wrong building. I'm going for this small building here because this is the large machinery building. This way here.
Oh wow. They have a lot more color schemes in this than they did the other one.
Oh yeah, yeah, a lot more.
You know, simply I don't get why they would put like the girly pink colors and all that stuff.
Well, I bet some girls play this.
Yeah?
I bet. I wouldn't be surprised if there's chicks that play this. I want to go.
Wow.
What?
A lot of shit though in this, man. More variety in this than the other one.
Oh yeah.
To start, without the mods.
person. It just looks kind of white on my screen. I can see it's silver, but it looks more white than anything, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna change the color to a different color. I had it white, and I didn't like white. So, I don't know, I'm just a black person. I love everything black, but I wanted to paint it a different color.
Kind of looks like a farm in red.
Yeah,
Farmhouse red color.
yeah, that's what it is. It's a Fendt tractor, so it would be farm in red. This is Massey Ferguson tractor color. I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it red because there's a red trailer that I'm probably going to end up buying again, and it'll just match that trailer. So I already got a black one. Oops, I thought I was further away from that. I already have a black. This one was so hard to stare, dude. It stares so much differently than the other one. No, it's like fucking the turn radius is like huge. I gotta turn my steering wheel all the way. There's no small steering on it. Oops. I'm turning it all the way. I don't know if it's something that they have to fix. Or it just might be the truck, how it turns. Oh yeah? Oh shit. How come you're not playing it? Why? For what? Oh yeah, they have that? Oh shit.
So, but like you, like how you like doing this, you can build up towns once you occupy them. You know, make people come there and shit. And I mean, that's what I thought. Like, since you do a great job on this, you do a hell of a job on that as well. I can picture you doing that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for like, well, Fallout Game of the Year edition is like 30. I'm not saying now, but if you ever want to take a crack at that one when it even hits like brand new for $20, at least it's where it's a hit or miss for you. If you know, it's not like you paid a lot of money for it, and you know if you play it once, it's like silly. I think you just go into something and just start building. Seriously, mod from Game of the Year.
Yeah, I don't ever pay attention to that. I like look at it after I get them, but I could care less. Yeah, well, they're the same company, but different versions. Like one's called what the fuck is this one called that I'm in? Is that what? Okay, Roadrunner, and the other one's called the Hulk. I gotta fix that. I like this one. This one's the best out of all of them. I just wanted to buy like a different one, like instead of buying all Roadrunners and painting them different colors. I like to buy different trucks, you know? Because when they come out with a bunch of different truck mods, I'm gonna have a bunch of different fucking trucks, because I want a bunch of trucks. What were you gonna say? What do you mean? Oh yeah, it still has that. I think it's a little bit more than what the other game was, but I'll still be able to. I'll have the room for it, because I don't have much space to right now, and I have a lot of equipment, so. I need my vape. Where's my vape? Oh, there it is. Oh, this is nicotine. But yeah, they also added an economy mod. Well, not a mod, an economy option. So basically, you can change like how easy the economy. I don't know where the hell I'm going. My trailer needs to go there. How easy the economy is. So like right now it's normal. So prices, you know, for like soybean are going to be like 1,700 or 2 grand. You know what I mean? The max. But if you turn it up to easy or down to easy, whatever way you want to call it, it like doubles that. Yeah. Well, I haven't done any crops yet since the mod. You know what I mean? Like I haven't had any crops to do. I just built this farm over again because of the mod. I'm like fucking all over the place with this truck right now. Because I was thinking of going over there on the far end side. I don't want it there now. There we go.
Like right there, you got, huh?
Yep. What, the thing I just bought? That's the to do the mixed rations for the cows.
Oh, okay. The mixer, it looks like you, oh shit, you got like a mixed weight up or something?
Well, it's how you can suck up like the grass, the hay, and the silage. You can suck it up in the front of it, like back.
Bro, it's got food on it. Oh, what the hell?
Damn it. Just want to get straight on this before I hook it.
You can't, when you got in that factory, they had to really extract that shit, right?
It's supposed to be weighted now. That's one of the things I guess they added to this game is vehicles and shit like that on other vehicles like this are weighted, so it should sit there by itself. Yeah. If it's tipsy, then it will. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't put it on there right, it'll fall off. But you know what I mean? It's not moving at all.
Oh, it's not stable though, like you said. Like if this is fast manual, it's not. If it's fast, it'll fucking take the speed up. It's gonna fucking wobble off real quick. It sucks. But I'm glad this is that when was the first update that went through? I see it take time.
I think it was right when the game launched. It was like a feature to the game. Oh, nothing. I'm going to drop this trailer off. Actually, you know what? I might as well just take this with me, because I do need this for something else anyway, so. Forgotten. Yep. See, there is straps back here, like hooks to strap stuff, but it doesn't give an option. Maybe, but maybe they just figure you don't need it. I don't know. I haven't had an issue with anything falling off. Like, I've already done this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what this thing's made to do. Should turn the traffic off, but I'm gonna try it without turning the traffic off. See how good I am. I made it without having to run in the traffic. It's not like it's far away. It's just that thing's mad slow. I think it only goes like 12 miles an hour. So. And it doesn't fit inside any of these garages. Yeah. Kill birds? What do you mean? No, it's just in the game. It's just the way it is. it fits though. It's the only buildings they fit in. Well, this thing fits in because it's too high. It doesn't fit in the garage. It's too high. Oh, I think it works. I watched a video. The guy used just the joystick part of it, like he had his own steering wheel. So he went and it's $149 if you order just the joystick part of it, no steering wheel. He ordered just that and tried it on the PlayStation and it worked. Yeah, it just sucks to, if I go and buy it for $149 and it doesn't fucking work. Well, it doesn't work to full capacity though. Like, you can use the joystick to control all the crane movement. The buttons on the joystick work to change the camera angles. I think the start button on it works, like to start the tractor. But when you look at the picture, all the other buttons, you can't program them, so they don't work. So there's a whole bunch of extra buttons on it that don't work because you don't have the ability to program them like you do on the computer. You know what I mean? On the computer, you make button 1 whatever you want button 1 to be, button 2. There's like 24 buttons on it. Yeah, there's a whole shitload of buttons. What the fuck am I doing here? Come on. There we go. Oh shit. Accidentally. Wrong way. Oh yeah?
side of heaven.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious what key it's in. You know, I like knowing that stuff. Just just because. So if someone said like told me, oh, it's in this key, I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. You know what I mean? It's just I know because you like you were telling me before you even like if they're gonna do it for real, they have to get the rights, and it has to be max.
Yeah.
You know whatever it's gonna put in, so it's not fake. So. What's that, Jordan? Oh, looks like a big storage unit.
For cotton. Yep. That's how it picks it up. No. Comes out in big blocks. I'm pretty sure I already showed it to you before. Two. Yeah, see when this truck first came out, when you looked in the rear view mirrors, you couldn't see a trailer behind you.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, there was no trailer. And even when you had one attached to you, it showed that your truck was empty. That you didn't, yeah. So they fixed that. That's one of the things they fixed in the update. Because now I can attach a trailer on this truck using the rear view mirror without having to go into this view here. Now I pretty much got everything I need.
Shit. All the equipment, all the trucks and everything. For now, right?
Yeah, for now, to start what I have to do. Actually, there is one more piece of equipment that I need. Well, I don't need it right now, so I can wait. But I gotta get myself a telehandler for all the bales. But I'm not gonna be doing any bales right at this moment, so to get it right now. Can fit 2 of these trucks in one fucking bag. Tiny ass fucking truck. Look at that. I could fit like fucking 2 or 3 in one bag.
Compared to the other two.
Corey should be here any minute.
Tomorrow I'll go back pretty fast though, just so it's like, I think it's gonna drag.
Oh, it's probably gonna drag.
Hey, if you see Billy Bob, congratulations to him, man. He's seen somebody. Good for him.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Good for him.
Seen those, I think it was either today or yesterday or within the last couple of days. He said he's in a relationship with somebody. Like, good for him. Good for him.
Good. Yep, they still didn't fix the mirrors in this thing yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
I could be listening whenever you like back it up on the other roads. You've seen the clouds. You've seen how it's
Yeah, this one's all cloudy still. The mirrors. Whoops. Fuck. Too busy looking in the mirrors. It's all cloudy. You can tell more when I try to pull up to something. Like you can barely see it. It's wicked cloudy.
as far as you can tell, you know any future DLCs that they might add to?
What do you mean? No, I don't know. I haven't paid attention to anything like that. I couldn't tell you.
I figured that I was just curious because you know how sometimes you'll know when the patches come out, you know what that does. I was just thinking like, damn. I just figured that you know or heard something.
No. Oh, that's soybean there? Well, I'm not gonna ruin that.
Would you get the season pass?
I don't know if I think that's worth it for any game.
For any game?
Yeah, I don't really. How much stuff do you really buy in a game?
Well, I know certain ones that like the season passes and just you get just any of the extras. You know, I mean, it came in handy. I mean, you even tried the big butt out.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got economy, normal, hard. Easy. I'm gonna put it on easy. And now when you look at the money and how much things pay out pretty much like almost double. Yeah. Alright, well, Corey's head right back. Yeah, that's what I complain, to stay awake. Most people fall asleep on this shit. Stay awake.
So stuff on the fucking 55. Now it looks so small.
They shit.
Just found out that we make these fucking things. I've been seeing them in the shop everywhere. To fuse your fucking spine together. I work for it's a CNC shop that manufactures only medical supply.
Oh, no shit.
I do all the maintenance of the CNC machines and shit.
I just pissed off the Mexican guy. It was great. I loved it. Dude, I was laughing hysterically too. Like I was laughing like such a fucking asshole.
You know, make America great hat on again or something like that? What the fuck?
No, it was just fucking. I wasn't even trying to be a dick. He just got all pissed off because he's racist. He's legit racist. Like I called it when fucking I first met the dude because he comes across with this weird vibe like he's doesn't like white people, which I get. You know, if you're a fucking Mexican, you get
Right
treated
now
like shit.
it's not good.
Yeah, so I get it.
You're the new nigga.
But I didn't fucking, be mean to him. Well, he's working on a line that it's my line now. This is like, I've been working on this line for 3 months, and I do it really good. Like everybody compliments on how well I make the cross balls, and they come out perfect. And I guess before I started doing it, they were constantly having to switch people out because they were making them wrong. They were coming out too shiny, too dull, fucking warped. It was like all kinds of issues. Well, they showed me how to do it right. I understand English, I read English, I can write English. So I can read instructions, I can understand ratios, and, you know what I mean? I understand numeric shit because I'm American, you know what I mean? So once you explain it to me, I just made sure I paid attention and I read what I was doing to make sure I did it right. So now I do it right every time, and they don't bitch about it. They did at first, like, hey, too much spray, make sure you do this, do this, do that, and I listened, and I did it. And I've been doing it fine. Nobody says anything for the past 3 months. Well, the guy that was working with me got a new job, so he's not working with me anymore. They've been putting other people here and there with me, and I've been showing them how to do it, and everybody's been fine with me. Well, there's one guy they just hired back, worked there like 5 months ago for a year. He was there for a year. He quit 5 months ago, and he just came back because he got laid off from his job. So fucking they put him with me, and the QC lady tells me, she's like, oh, he's done it before, so he should be all right. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't explain it before. Yeah, so I didn't really say anything to him when we first started. I started out with the hardest job. I always start with the hardest job of the day to make sure that the person that's working with me doesn't do the harder job, so that way they're not getting dicked over on a job that they don't do all the time. You know what I mean? So I did the spraying and opening up the blisters. Opening up the blisters hurts. They hurt a lot if you're doing it right. Like that's what I was told. If you're doing it wrong, it'll be easy to open. That means you're using too much mold release. You use too much mold release, you're going to ruin the ball. You can't use the ball. You know what I mean? Because if the ball falls out of the blister, you use too much mold release. That's what they've told me the whole time. The only reason why the mold release is there is to make sure the ball doesn't get too hot and warp inside the mold. That's what I was told. It's not there to make the job easier. So don't use overspraying to make it easier for you to open it, because that's wrong. The ball's going to be jumped. That's what I was told. So I sprayed it that way. This dude's trying to pull the balls out, and it's a little hard, but that's how it is. It's the right way. It's a little hard. So he doesn't say anything to me, but I'm watching him, and he's having a hard time keeping up. So when it was his turn to open up the blisters, I was going to spray, but the QC lady said that oh, he'll spray. He knows how to spray. I'm like, okay, well, they want me to do the spray. Okay, he's done this before, fine. I watch him. Well, actually, I walked away to go to the bathroom. Billy Bob. He works with me. Dude, you're not gonna say anything to that fucking dude? He's like pouring the fucking mold release on that dude. Like he's ruining the molds. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he said he knows how to do it. He did this shit for a year. He's like, dude, there's no way he did this shit for a year. He's just bullshit. That's how these people are. They tell you that they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. And I'm like, so I go over there and I'm looking at him and he's like, on one tray. You're only supposed to go. That's it. I'm dead serious. That's it. That's it. He's going.
Oh boy.
So the whole thing was soaked. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Too much, too much, too much. I'm like, nah, man, for real, too much. It's like, you're gonna put holes in the ball. All the balls are gonna get thrown away. We can't have it that much. I know. I've done this. I'm like, yeah, I understand. I said, but you're putting too much. I do this every day. That's not, you can't put that much. There's a sign right there that says, do not use a lot of mold release. It's good. Okay, whatever. So I fucking let him run like that the whole day. Well, not the whole day, the whole 2 hours that he did it. Let him do it for 2 hours. Go to lunch, come back. Now it's my turn to get back, open up the fucking thing, we switch it up again. And he is pulling the balls off, so I open the blister, he tries to pull the balls off. Well, all these balls are all greasy. They're not supposed to be greasy. And he's using rubber gloves, I use cloth gloves.
Dropping every one of them.
And he can't get them out. He's fucking slipping out of his hands. So what does he do? This is a stupid fucking... I understand you can't speak English, but this is why people are racist towards Mexicans and towards... Because they don't have common sense. They're not... Those people are not born with common sense. They're not. Because I deal with a bunch of them all the time. I get you can't speak English, but you should still be able to have the same brain capacity as me to put... Well, if the ball's slippery, that means there's too much mold release. Don't stop the line and tell the operator you need to put more mold release so you can get the ball out. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? If your hand's slipping off the ball, why would you put more mold release on it?
Not to mention that the ball's no good anyway.
Yeah. So he makes the operator stop, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, what's going on? And Victor's like, and I'm like, no, it's the operator. I'm like, he doesn't speak English either. I'm like, no spray. We don't need spray. The balls are falling out of the actual blisters as I'm opening them. Victor's like, oh, and the dude turns around, he's like, it needs it. I can't. And I'm like trying to like speak English because he can't speak English well. And I'm like, you can't get them out. I'm watching you because you're using latex gloves. You need cloth gloves, for one. And I said, for two, there's too much mold release on it, so your glove is just slipping off of it. I'm like, watch. So I have cloth gloves that just went 3 balls right out. He gets wicked pissed and slams the fucking cover shut. I'm like, really? Whatever, bro. Just fucking walk over, and I fucking keep opening up my blisters. He gets the operator to stop again. It's because he wants to spray. He tells Victor tells me, he says he'll spray it if you don't want to spray it. I'm like, Victor, it's not about me not wanting to spray it. It doesn't need it. We're not spraying on this line. And the big boss is walking by. I'm like, Dan, can you please come over here and straighten this out for me? And he's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, I just want everybody on the same page over here. With mold release, how much mold release should we be using? He's like, you use the perfect amount. Well, we'll stop. Issue with this. Like, he feels like he knows how to put more, knows how to do the mold release better. I just want to get this straightened out. How much do we need to be putting on here? Can you take a look at these molds for me? He walks over. Holy shit! No. Too much. Way too much. Dude flips the fuck out now. Spanish dude. What the fuck? Kicks the fucking trash can. Fuck you. I quit. I not work with him ever again. I'm like, what the fuck? He looks at Dan. Dan's like, whoa, what's your problem, Caesar? He talking shit. I'm not dealing with that. Dan's like, he's not talking shit. He's trying to tell you how to do the job. I work here for 1.5 years. I do it right. You wrong. This dude's been running the place for 25 years. So then now another Spanish guy comes over that's a boss and tries to get involved with it and tell me I'm wrong in front of the white big boss. So I literally looked right at him. I'm like, listen, I get you want to stick up for me. That's fine. I'm not here to argue. This man right here standing beside you has told me how to do this job. And has told me that I'm the one that needs to be doing all this stuff over there because I'm the one that actually does it right. Why? Because I do exactly what this man tells me to do. The end. I don't know why we're having this conversation. You have a problem with how I do something?
You talk to this man right here, because he's the one that told me to do it this way. He wants me to do something different. Something different. He doesn't like it. He can go someplace else. That's fine. I'm like, we're doing it this way because we have no issues at all. And Dan's like, looks at fucking what the hell's the guy's name? Andre. Looks at Andre and he's like, you know, if they're putting too much mold release, he's like, that is too much mold release. And he's like, oh, no, I watch him. He was doing it high. And I'm like, Andre, I'm standing right next to the guy. I'm like, I'm watching what he's doing. I was like, how did these molds get all greasy like this? Oh, it's because they're hot. Andre, I do this every day. This is what I do every day. They don't look like this. They look dry all the time. They're always supposed to look dry. They're not supposed to look like this. I was told if you open up the blister and the ball falls out, that's bad. He looks at me and goes, that's what you're complaining about? That it's easier to do? I turn around and get it. I'm like, Dan, what is the rule on this line? If it doesn't hurt, you're doing it wrong. Andre's like, I'm like, this is between you two. You guys need to stop doing this whole Spanish and white person different fucking use here. Like, this needs to be, this is why this line has an issue. And that's literally what I pointed out. The dude just walked away after it didn't come back to me. Like, I'm not trying to be a racist person, but that's why this company had issues on this line. It's because the guy that runs it, the guy that runs the company, that's the biggest money making line in that place, the boss. Because the NCAA buys them. That's who they make them for.
Right.
So they buy thousands. They buy fucking skids, all kinds of fucking buckets for the NCAA. So it has to be made right. That's why I work there, because it has to be made right. That's why the guy that's only been working there for 3 months is in charge of the line. You know, why would they do that? You know what I mean? They obviously know that I do it right because I pay attention. The white guy that runs it can speak English to me, and I understand him. So he liked that. You know what I mean? He liked, so it's done right. And he runs the company. He doesn't normally get involved on the floor, but he's involved in this line because it's the most expensive line.
Right.
So that's why all these other guys don't like that. That's who I deal with, and they can't fucking override him. And I told him, and I'm like, you know, that's the boss of this line. And Andre's like, I'm the boss over here too. I'm like, there's a lot of chiefs in here, bro. I'm like, but that man comes over and tells me to do something different than what you tell me, I'm going to listen to him. Because he's the one that hires and fires people, not you.
Absolutely right. I listen to the person who signs my paycheck.
And that's pretty much that guy. He doesn't sign the paychecks, the woman that owns the company, with the man that owns the company does, but they don't deal with the company.
Right.
The man that runs the company is Dan. He runs the company. They had another guy that hired me that was underneath him, that was in charge of everybody on the floor. And he was a white guy. They have white guys run it because the machines are all in English, like all the words. So they have to set them up. The white guy has, and that's why they don't like me, because they think I'm not trying to come in here and do this. February, I'm out of this company. I'm just waiting until I get a probation so I can leave the state and go do another job. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I told the guy that hired me that up front, not about probation, but I'm like, in February, I got a lot of things that I can do in February, so I probably won't be here in February. I'm like, oh, that's fine. And, you know, it's not like it's a job that, you know, they absolutely need that one person or whatever. But unfortunately, I kind of did fall into a role that if when I do quit, they're going to be like, what the fuck? We shouldn't have showed him how to do all this shit. We relied on him to do it, but hey, I don't know what to tell you.
Hopefully they get smart and they say, hey, can you train this guy to do what you do?
I tried. That's the whole thing. I'm not like I'm not trying to do. It's because they're all Spanish and they don't want to listen to the white guy. Some of them do. Like, I've worked with 2 other Spanish people that I know for a fact were over there sticking up for me, to him, because he saw him talking to him, and that they were shaking their head, and I know that they were telling him, dude, he does it right. Like the way I'm doing it is how it has to be done. Because they were there when Dan said this shit to them. Like, they heard Dan say, you know, that it has to hurt, because people will be like, oh, my fingers are hurt. And Dan, if Dan's there and hears you say that, he'll be like, oh, do you want to go home? Or do you want to go to another line? Because, like, this is how this line works. There's no making it easier. It hurts. It does. It hurts.
You always ripping.
Yeah, you're ripping apart 2 plastic pieces. It's these balls. This one's bad, but it's these balls that sit in 2 separate pieces inside of a.
Yeah, they got 2 different textures on it, huh?
Yeah.
Like a hard and a soft side.
That was bad.
Oh, the supposed to be what? This part.
That's a stress ball.
That's a bit.
Like that, yeah. Off on that side.
Yeah. But yeah, it sits in a blister, like a square blister that has a circle in it, and you gotta pull it apart. But it sits in a tray of 3, so it's 3 balls. You need to be able to shoot all the halves. You know what I mean? When you put it together, it makes one ball, and it goes around through the machine. And you come back and you open it. So now you open up 3 balls, and then you have a blister with nothing on it, and then the blister with the ball on it. That goes to the next guy, and he takes the balls off. You know what I mean? So opening it up all day, it starts to hurt the fingertips because it's hard plastic. And if you put a lot of mold release, all you gotta do is touch it with your finger, and the fucking thing just pops right off. That's wrong, because the ball is floating in the mold. You get what I'm saying?
Right. It's not molding where it's supposed to.
Yeah, and they don't understand that because they don't understand English, I guess. And nobody in Spanish can explain that in the translation because I tried to have the QC lady loves me, and I tried to have her explain it to her in English, and she understood me, and she tried to explain it to him in Spanish to avoid this whole situation with Dan. Right up front, I was like, can you explain to him why that's too much? That, you know, the ball will float around like it's sitting in a pot of water. It's not actually molding to the mold. And she's like, yeah, and she tried to explain it to him. I don't know if it got lost in the translation or whatever, or he just didn't give a fuck. He was just like, fuck it, I've been working here for fucking longer than this dude, fuck him. Who the fuck does he think he is? It's not about me, it's about the person that told me how to do it. It's the guy that runs the company, and I'm sure he's right and you're wrong. I don't know what to tell you, you know what I mean?
He's not in his position because he's not training people correctly.
Yeah. And and that guy knows, like, I've discussed processes with him. Like, I've changed it. Like, you're supposed to use cloth gloves on that thing, not rubber gloves. But they all wear fucking rubber gloves in everything they do, so they all just constantly change their gloves, take their gloves off, texting their phone, put rubber gloves back on, so the cloth gloves like I have are a pain in the ass for them. So they're not even using the gloves right and right. Nobody's enforcing it. I'm not a boss, so I'm not going to enforce it. But Dan did say, when he watched me use the cloth gloves, and watch when a ball falls on the floor and it gets dirty, I can pick it up, wipe it off with my cloth glove, and put it right back on the line, and it's good as new. They were throwing those balls away, like legit. He watched me do that and grabbed it. What do you got on your gloves? I'm like, oh, I just sprayed my gloves with mold release, so that way they always have mold release on them. And when the ball gets dirty, I just wipe it. That's a good fucking idea. What kind of gloves are those? I'm like, you guys gave me the Uline gloves. That's why everybody needs to stop using no more latex gloves over here. Because latex gloves, when they get really greasy, they'll leave a finger smudge on them. Yeah. And if you let it dry, the ball's ruined. You know what I mean? So like, now, I just saved them all that whole process just by using a cloth glove. And the whole reason why I went to a cloth glove is because it was better grip, taking the ball out, because I'm taking them out with the latex gloves. And if there were too much spray on them, you couldn't get it out. So I told Billy Bob, I'm like, they got another kind of glove in here? I'm like, there's got to be another glove in here that has like grip on it or something. He's like, oh yeah, they got cloth gloves for the fucking people that do the packaging. I'm like, let me get a pair of those. And he brings them over, and I use them, and I just keep them lubed up with fucking the mold release, and no spots get on the balls, and the balls get clean.
They don't send it after the molding process, don't go to a cleaning process?
Yeah, it does. But it has to stay clean the whole time, because it's a cure, it has a cure.
Oh, okay.
This ball literally, like, it gets sprayed, and 3 minutes later, I'm taking it off the line. So it's sprayed, it goes all the way through, comes back up to my side. No, it hit a heater. It sits in a heater. It comes out. I take it off the line, make sure there's nothing on it, roll it down a conveyor. It goes to the QC lady. She looks at it to make sure there's no dents, no holes, no nothing, which I check that anyway. But just in case I'm going too fast and I don't see it,
yeah.
She's the second set on that, and then she puts powder on it for it to cool and cure. So that before the powder, it has to be clean. If you put the powder on it and it's dirty, it cures with dirt. When you wipe it down and go and wash it, it's got a fingerprint on it. You know what I mean? It's gonna have a smudge on it. And then you throw that shit away. And when you add all that up, 200-300 balls,
you fit 100 balls in a fucking thing, and that's fucking $80 for 100 balls in a fucking.
Yeah, that'll
You throw 200, 300 balls a day away. You know what I mean? That's yeah. They freak out about that.
I've been getting on my company because they don't keep track of their scrap.
Oh, they do that. Yeah. It's all money.
Dude, it's CNC. It's brass.
Yeah.
It's surgical
That's all money.
stainless. It's, you know what I mean? Titanium. It's expensive shit. And no, they don't keep track of nothing. I'm like, you guys, you know how much money just right out the door? You don't understand.
I mean, that's not. There's no good reason not to keep track of it. It's not like you're avoiding taxes because that's a benefit for you to keep track of it because it's a write-off on taxes and waste. Like
Plus,
that's-
you know what you're supposed to get away when you're scrapped.
Yeah.
Dude, they trust the scrap company. Scrap company comes, they load the scrap in, and whatever the scrap company tells them they have, that's what they have.
They must have get a good deal. I don't know. They got to get.
That's fucking terrifying. You know,
Oh, yeah.
thousands upon thousands of dollars they can break right off the top without you ever having to flip.
What they probably do though, they probably give them like a truckload rate, whatever the truckload is, so that way when the money fluctuates, like how much things are worth, it's the pay them one rate. Probably.
That's possible.
That's probably why they don't care. Just like fuck it, just throw it away. Fuck it.
Maybe.
Just get
They
one
do
truckload.
separate it. They separate the brass from the stainless. But they don't they don't weigh it. They don't spin the oil out of it. They don't do nothing, bro. And we're a profit sharing company. Every 3 months we get a profit sharing check. So I'm like, that's our money.
Yeah, right.
Like, what are you doing, guy? And dude, it's up to 30% the profit sharing.
No shit.
Each quarter. It's 30% of whatever you earned in that quarter in one lump sum. So if whatever I earned in 3 months, they pay me 30% of it up front. So I get a month's pay up front. Bonus, bang, every 3 months.
That's not bad.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. I take home close to $1 grand a week.
I don't even think I do that even with weed and cartridges. Maybe close to it, but yeah, because I get like 280 to 320 from fucking this place.
What are they paying you?
10.
Really?
Yeah. I literally only went there because I didn't want to go work outside, and I needed a job right away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? This is a guaranteed job. It's inside. I don't want to be outside in the winter.
Yeah, you ever heard of a company letting you buy vacation time?
No.
Dude, they give me 2 weeks and they give me the option to buy an extra week.
No shit.
But you pay 1.25%. So, oh yeah, me too. You don't want to use point big one? Yeah, fucking.
Save anyway.
So for 40 hours you pay for 50 or something like that. You pay an extra 25%.
It's not bad.
No. Me and my wife want to go to Florida this year. Her sister lives down there. So I'm gonna fucking take 3 weeks at once and go to Florida.
Hell yeah.
I've never been on vacation, bro. I'm almost 32 years old.
When you go down, you kill some fucking Floridians because they're fucking up this country.
Some Floridians?
Yeah.
And her sister lives in Orlando. They've been down there for a fucking while now.
Maybe stop with her.
She's a good one. Her husband, I'm like, he's an illegal. So, well, wasn't illegal. They're married, so he's not illegal. But
That country has legit fucked up every single election for the past 25 years.
oh, hell yeah.
Every election they've had.
Every recounts were
Yeah, every single one. Every one for the past 25 years. Oh, what the fuck are you doing that you're fucking up that many elections? No, it's crooked. It's beyond that. It's got to be crooked. It's got to be that you're fucking tampering the election in your state. It can't be you don't know how to count. Because you would hire people that would do it right.
Machines do it.
Exactly.
You punch a hole and you put it in
And
a
you
box.
put it in a box, and then the machine counts it at the end. Exactly. It's because they're tampering with shit. To fucking fuck with elections. Because they get a lot of senators in the state. The state has a lot of money, so they get more senators in those states. So Republicans need that state. That's literally what they're doing. It's more Democratic, because Democrats are poor people. The whole top of that state is poor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So fucking all those people don't get a vote. That's literally what's going on, but they don't admit it because the whole state is corrupt. Because the whole state, the whole bottom of it, is built on tourism and fucking big money. So they're not gonna come out and be
They're all
like,
about hiding money.
yeah, they're not gonna come out and be
showing
like,
it,
yeah,
right?
we're corrupt. Do you think? Come on, you honestly think that a state with Disney in it is miscounting?
Everything but that check that they get from
Yeah,
Disney.
no. They're tampering with it. It's just they're not admitting it. They don't want to admit it. And the country lets them get away with it because of how much money is there. That's what it is. There's a lot of fucking money in that state. So you don't want to be going on the news and being
It's
like,
international attraction.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
just our
yeah.
country. It's everywhere that wants to go there. So
that state has literally fucked up every one of our elections.
that being one of the major import states of cocaine.
Yep.
They get paid more elections.
Yeah, it's all, dude, its major population is people over 65. Most people over 65 vote Democrat because when they get older, they start getting a little bit more liberal in age and less conservative. Like they start to accept gays, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's not conservative accepting gays, that's more liberal.
Yeah.
So you tend to vote towards people that believe that way. But so think about it. That whole state has a lot of old people. That's a retirement state. But they vote Republican every single time. How is that? It's because the money in that state controls that state. And that's why they fuck up their elections every time. Because they act like, oh, the elections got messed up, we gotta recount. It's because the Democrat won. And they're like, fuck, how can we gerrymander this to make sure that we actually won?
This is I've been saying it for years that the votes don't even matter. We have nothing to do
No,
with
that's-
it. It's a facade.
The electoral college, and that's rich people. That needs to go away. That's literally says in our Constitution. The only reason why that was put into effect is because there wasn't enough population. When the population exceeds, they use a word, I don't know what the word, but it's like a limit. Like they set like a cap limit of what you should be using the electoral college for. When the population exceeds that, you're supposed to get rid of it. Our population exceeded that in like 1870 something. Like for real, like it did. I watched the whole thing on it. Our population exceeded that law in like 1800s, but they never got rid of it because their point was good at that time. It was because of the whole civil rights thing, like you know
Right.
the whole legal slavery thing and all that. It was unfair for the party that wanted slaves to get rid of the electoral college. They never would have won elections. They didn't have enough people on the side to win elections. So they argued that we need this as like an affirmative action type thing to help our
So
party.
they have an equal
Yeah,
voice.
exactly.
Right.
But they don't need it anymore. Now they just use it as control but they still use that argument to this day that it's not fair. But it's not fair because your views don't coincide with the majority of the country. You can be Republican and not be so conservative. You know what I mean? Like you go so conservative when you want to take women's rights away. Well, that's when you start losing 50% of your country.
Right.
You know,
And some.
there's 50% of the country's women. You know what I mean? So when you start talking about taking their rights away, you're
And-
probably not going to get their votes.
And 30% of the other 50% of the males are married and
Is-
not voting
exactly,
for you because
exactly.
they ain't getting shit when they go home.
Yeah. So like it's their fault that they don't have more people, but they want the racist people. They don't get it. That's what it is. They want the racist part of the country because it's still a major part of this country. So they want those votes because they know those people are not going to vote Democrat ever. They're never going to vote Democrat, never, because Democrats believe in equal rights.
and they don't believe that people have equal rights in this country.
They don't believe people are equal.
Yeah. So they're
You
never
ain't
gonna,
never
they're
gonna
never
get
gonna
him.
vote Democrat.
You ain't never selling him on that.
Yeah. So it's never gonna happen. For real.
Fuck it. If you're gonna ruin my life, I might as well do what I can to counteract it while I'm here.
Yeah, at least Disneyland makes you believe that the country is fucking a beautiful country,
It's a small world
Yeah,
after
and
all.
you go there and it's like, oh, America's so great.
Here's the golden sidewalks. I found them.
Yeah, too bad the whole country isn't that way. That would be awesome. Could you imagine if the whole country was like Disney World?
Yeah.
How happy everybody would be.
And broke. We'd all
It-
be broke.
I see. I find shit like that hilarious because, like, I'm not Democrat and I'm not Republican, but I just believe in like living life with common sense. And everybody goes on vacations to all these places that are so fucking liberal and so fucking socialist. Disney World is a socialist fucking thing.
So many people there,
It's a socialist fucking economy. It's a socialist company. Like, it's a socialist land. They believe in happy and fucking fantasy. That's socialism. Like, that's everything that people go to vacation on is a socialist or liberal fucking thing. And your most fucking conservative fucking racist Republicans will still go to Bermuda. You know what I mean? Will still go to fucking all these beautiful places that are liberal socialist countries. Why do you go there if you hate it so much?
It's beautiful. You didn't know?
Couldn't it be beautiful here if you accepted that here? Like, you know what I mean?
That's funny you say that because my parents went to Bermuda. They loved it there. They didn't like the cruise, but they loved it there.
It's really what people do. People don't realize that. Like, they try to get away to this fantasy place, and it's like, you can have that here. You could. If you just apply what they do there, here. You know what I mean? Like, you go to escape this place to go to some place that you think is better. But yet you run government and you do all this big stuff in this country and you don't change anything here to make it like there? Why? Exactly.
You gotta keep those places people.
You still there? Oh no, I'm signing off anyway. I totally forgot that you were still there, and I just realized it now. I'm like, oh shit! I fucking turned off my my fuck. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna hang out.